Sometimes you don't even need to do the Mythic Plus dungeon to have a good laugh at it. I've been asking people to record their keys, especially lower keys, sending me the funny stuff that happens at that level so we could laugh, but also learn from these situations as a community. But very few people actually start the recording before the run starts. And in this case, I'm very appreciative that they did. So this is for a 17 Brackenhide. The warrior in the group is the guy who assembled the group. He's got a full 5-player group going on. Who knows how long that takes nowadays at this level. And he says, hey guys, sorry, Nita gotta go. Mommy's calling me. Thanks for coming. Nita gotta go. I don't know if that's like some kind of satire. Like, does somebody like genuinely say that their mom needs them to get off the game when they're playing WoW nowadays? Like, it feels like such a trope from like the old days. Yeah, like, so he leaves and then everybody's like, well, what do we do now? It was his key. So some other people start leaving, but you know, I guess this isn't that uncommon, but like people are like, well, we're already together in a group. I've already formed a bond with you, so let's try to find something else to do. The guy says, I have Underroot with 2 O's. Also, that druid there got the Cryptic Hero title. That's actually the Season 3 Shadowlands title. I'm pretty sure that's the first season they ever had a title as well. The guy so at first, like, I kind of felt bad for making a joke out of the guy saying Underroot, but then he says it a second time. Is it okay to go Underroot? I think it's okay, yeah. The guy's from a guild called Idiot Task Force, though, so... That guy's like, he must have been AFK or something like that. He goes, huh, lol? Like, he probably missed the whole thing. He doesn't realize why there's no people in the group because all of a sudden he's just talking again after not talking the whole time. That guy just leaves. He's not staying. He's not staying. And to be honest, dude, I don't play. Do you imagine, like, going to the bathroom and coming back and the whole group's gone? And the dude who's now the leader of the group says, hey, do you want to do Underroot instead? All right, so we got another group of 5 players. Oh wait, actually, do we? The guy says, sorry, wrong click. Yeah, in case you can't tell, there's actually no healer in the group currently. So we got this druid in queue, mod tick. Actually, like, yeah, 2.1k, so this guy's getting an invite to a 17. Bear's like on the rise, I think. People are really high on them all of a sudden. But then we got this guy signing up, Faye Voker. A lot of his score comes from DPS, and that's going to be a problem for this guy. He says, he has DPS score. Yeah, but he has healing score too. It's at 17. I don't know. The weird thing is, like, saying that out loud with no context just kind of causes some confusion. The druid's like, what, are you talking about me? He's probably like self-conscious about his own character at this point. He says, no, not you. She types, who has popcorn? Yeah, like I said, you don't even need to do the dungeon. Like, this is good. This is enough for this video on its own. All right, there's our healer, 2,500, signing up to a 17. We're off to Underroot. So, dungeon underway. Now, watch this first pull of this dungeon. I really am heavily in favor of making a really big pull here, but, you know, we kind of run way too close to the mobs on the left, which I don't think anybody really wants to pull. Maybe they do. Guess it depends on which direction you're going. But yeah, first breath goes out, 2 people just die. Like, they just stand right in front of it and don't move and just die to it. Another breath going out. This one just kills the healer. This is turning into quite the mess. So we already have 5 deaths to the first pack, and we didn't use the Bloodlust spell. But yeah, you gotta lust on this first pack. Then it makes the second boss a lot easier. You can lust on the first boss and then go gather a bunch of trash. But to the point where, especially in a lower key, you're probably going to be having to do the third boss second at that point. So I think that's very inefficient, just running back and forth. That adds probably like over a minute, maybe a minute and a half to the dungeon. Using Bloodlust here, I just don't really see it. I don't feel like this is worth it. I mean, just the fact that it's tyrannical, I can see why people would want to do it, but this is without question the easiest boss in the dungeon. It's probably one of the easiest bosses in the whole game. And there's another angel. Well, obviously very easy boss. Boss is down. Now we're going to come down here and we're going to make a big decision to take the shortcut. That's not open. You can't go that way, buddy. I'm not sure this guy knows where he's going at this point. He's like, huh, what are these mobs? Okay, he's just gonna run right through them. No problem. We're getting the ticks. This pack used to be really dangerous, but it's not really hard anymore. Although, since everybody got hit by that frontal last time, good thing that didn't happen this time. Now, that was a unique situation there. That is the Decaying Mind going out, I believe. Decaying Mind going out on Lunaspark gets a 30-second stun, which needs to be dispelled. It doesn't happen, obviously. It instantly gets killed by the frontal and then takes a screenshot of that. That was some kind of bug or what. So at 22:15, we release. See exactly how long it takes to get back, just for reference, again, because of that conversation we had last week with the hunter who demanded a battle res on this trash. So 22:15, we get down here about 21:50, and just go AFK. What? Oh, okay. Anyway, it's like less than a minute to get back in combat here, I think. You could actually just mount up, right? That's why it's no problem at all to release there. But anyway, you can't actually see the debuff, but we have 5 minutes left on the sated debuff. At this point, you're gonna have to pull trash, right? Like, this is the hardest boss in the dungeon. You really need Bloodlust for it. So we start down the path of pulling extra trash, but then the guy says, actually, let's not do that anymore. Let's just go and pull the boss without Bloodlust. Tanks it in the dead center of the room. What you want to do with this boss is you want to, especially at the start, try to keep it near an edge. It'll obviously be a massive DPS increase, but it will also make the bugs that you have to run over way more centralized, keep them all in one location. And this phase is really tough. Like, this is why you want Bloodlust for this fight, because it can be very difficult to heal, it can be very taxing on mana, gonna substantially stress out your DPS's ability to do the mechanic. So being able to cut off one of those phases at least is gonna really make up a big difference. You see this boss only at 70%. You guys are just like giving up on the bugs though, which is a really big issue because the ticks put a massive debuff on the player they're attacking, and it could easily get you killed. And I think in this situation, it probably will get this guy killed. This fight, you really need all 5 people dedicating towards it, and that's what makes it so difficult. Yeah, there's no way. I'm surprised that guy lasted as long as he did. So he's gonna go down. Terrible tick management. Bloodlust is only just coming up now. 5 seconds left unsated. And yeah, you know, unfortunately, after 1 pull, the guy who didn't know how to spell the name of the dungeon just leaves and gives up. Was it going to be an upgrade at this point? No, I would say no. Even on a 17, I don't know if you're upgrading this, but lower keys, man, I would definitely give him a second shot. You'd be surprised. I really hate to say it, but I think honestly you could learn a lot from what transpires before the key. Simple mistakes, man. It's a 17, kind of a lack of preparation for some of the mobs. Really, the only issue was the second boss. Pulling that boss without Bloodlust is really putting a lot of pressure on not only your healer, but really the whole group, because they have to perform very well. The DPS requirement on that fight is quite high, and if you have any ad spawn at all, they really need to be killed ASAP. So yeah, if you guys are recording your runs, maybe record before the key starts too. You never know what can happen. But I would encourage you guys to record all your runs, even if you don't plan on sending them to me. You could still look back and learn a lot. Thank you for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video.